Hello from Uto, Finland. Woke up just now, got up. The builders have been going since 6 in the morning though. Just here. They're building some kind of new little house there or something. But there is an extraordinary number of bugs still out. I mean, I just spoke to another Finn and he said he's never seen anything like it in 25 years of going around the archipelago. So Uto is one of the outmost islands in the southern Finnish archipelago. So that gives us an extra staging point for us to start sailing down towards Sweden. Sweden is in a southwesterly direction from here. But before we leave, we would ideally like to go around the town and see a bit of Uto. And yeah, it's quite a special place, as you can see. A snake. It's another snake. Snake, oh snake. Oh, it's a snake.
Oh, now he dived. And he had, oh, there's
There's
another
loads.
one.
It's like, there's hundreds of snakes around here. It's great. Just off out for a walk now on Uto.
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 Uto. So, just call it Uto, it sounds better.
Uto.
Yeah.
Sounds like a name. Well, I don't know how many people live here now, but in 2005 there was only 40 people living here. But back in the day, when the island was really established as a place for I think you call them pilot ships. So the ships the small ships to guide the big ships into the canal and through these waters. This was really a central point for that, and they established this pilot ship and also lighthouse hub here. So today it houses the oldest oh, a truck coming.
Yeah.
Hang on. Well, the lighthouse is the oldest lighthouse in Finland. It was actually bombed by the Russians at some point, but then it was rebuilt again. Well, back in the days where this part was Swedish, this part of Finland was Swedish, and it went over to Russian hands. The Russians militarized the island and actually started to put in like a real road on the island, so there should be like a cobblestone street somewhere on the island. They also put in railway tracks to transport ammunition around the island. So I'm hoping that we can find that. It shouldn't be too bad since the island is very small. There is actually a school here as well. They have 5 students, if the numbers are up to date. And a lot of the people here, they are either some kind of connection to the military, or they work with on the pilot boats. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting little island. It's beautiful right now because the sun's out and the wind's calm, but I imagine in the winter, because this whole thing is flat, especially if you get strong southerly winds from that direction, they're going to get extreme cold winter winds, but it's part of the charm of it, I guess. We just spotted the military area also. Wonder what the Finnish are doing in there. just a watchtower, I guess. What do we have here? It's a little home or bunker or something, probably a military bunker with an owl inside. God, this place is extremely flat. I mean, it's like walking on the moon or something. Totally a special experience. I never thought these little islands, you know, there's loads of these tiny little islands out there in the distance, in the Finnish archipelago. I never thought they existed. You can't really see them on the map until you really zoom in close, you know, and then they start appearing. Yeah. This was kind of one of the reasons why we wanted to go so far out of the Finnish archipelago before we started to make the crossing across to Stockholm, so we don't have a load of things to avoid. We can just set the autopilot and let us sail. But yeah.
When you have all these flat rocks, perfect for seals, why are there no seals?
Tanya's on a seal mission.
But I mean, they're perfectly flat to lie and sunbathe on if you're a seal. But there is not a single seal.
They must have fake seals around somewhere.
They do seal safaris, but we haven't seen a single one.
Seal safaris that make severely unhappy customers. Now, this one definitely looks like an old cannon mount where the turntable was mounted and the protection on the doors. As you can see, they also have a lot of infantry pillboxes, or places where the infantry can hide, I think, and defend the island in case of attack from anybody, I guess. Not mentioning any names. I think the date is August 27th or something. It's so hot for this time of year. I mean, there's no wind, and it's got to be, and there's, well, little cloud up there, as you can see, but it's got to be about 25, 26 degrees out here today. It's beautiful. And then later on, in about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours or something, heading across there, straight across to Stockholm. As Tanya's doing a pan around with the GoPro now. Look at this, it's just beautiful out here. Flat sea, hopefully it'll stay flat tonight as well. We should have 10 knots of wind on the way back, but there's some interesting projects going on. They're replacing the radar dome here as well. Uto is Finland's southernmost inhabited island. The island's lighthouse was blown up by the Russians during the war of 1808 to 1809, but was rebuilt in 1814. If you remember the Estonia disaster in 1994, 24 of the helicopters were taken to Uto, which was the closest island. And if you want an example of how not to do a mayday call, I've left a link below from the Estonia disaster if you're interested. Quite a pretty little store here. Ice cream time. You enjoyed your tour around the island?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great place.
Mm?
It's really beautiful here.
Yeah.
Smell the leaves. When I was a kid, I used to make perfume with them.
It smells good. Yeah. But you can't eat this fruit.
Yeah, you can.
What is that fruit?
Yeah, but that's... I know what the name is in Danish.
So you can see behind me there, we have the village harbour just down here. We had the choice of going there, and then there's the, where our boat is in the background over there, there's the hotel harbour, but I guess the village harbour might be a better place to go because you don't get disturbed by like 10 pilot boats passing you at 5 knots all the way through the night. And especially if the weather was really strong and you know, strong winds here, then the village harbour is a better place to come into also, especially winds from the south.
Okay, how many birds can you get in one mast? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and number 9 is coming into land. No? Yes? Oh, yes, we have a touchdown.
So these are the pilot boats that go out to the big ships to guide them into the harbour, basically towards Turku in the north. Turku is roughly in that direction. Probably about 25 nautical miles, I think. But they're pretty strong ocean-going boats. You know, you can imagine these boats see some seas. Pretty heavy boats with a lot of horsepower as well.
Have you seen the amount of jellyfish?
Yeah, there's a lot of jellies in the harbour. This is the store on this island. It's pretty well stocked actually. It's got a lot of stuff.
It's amazing.
There's a beer called Sauna, look.
Sauna bear.
We need to buy some sauna. Or some oiva. Or some kukuru.
I think you're getting a bit carried away.
Yep. But we need some sauna bear.
Okay.
So, mission success. Thank you very much, Uto. Nice walk, nice ice cream, got some sauna beer for extremely extortionate prices, but it's kind of understandable because this island is like so far out and they need to get the stuff over. Back to the boat now, do some resting and then set sail in a minute, or in a couple of hours. So, a little earlier than we thought, and we're going to leave in a second. Just check that microphone plugs us in. So we've got a little predicament here now. We've got to go backwards and get this rope off that buoy and get the 2 lines off the front without smashing into anyone else. So I think as long as we do it fairly quickly, we should be able to slip the front lines and then take the take the stern line off as we go backwards past it. We might bump past it a little bit, but should be able to control it with the bow thruster and just slip straight back through. Well, that went relatively easy. Just slipped her back on one rope, enough so that we could unhook the back rope, and then that was done. It's not too heavy winds. It would have been a bit problematic in that situation, but yeah. Goodbye, Uto. Thank you, honey, for crewing awesomely again. But, that was a super cool place, actually. Really like that place, so perhaps we'll come back again someday. We'll see.